Starting to get a front porch. Alright guys, so this vlog is going to be about mistakes. Some very hard learning lessons, and while we've shared some of them with you, we have not shared all of them with you because they're not always fun, they're somewhat embarrassing, and there's a learning curve that has to happen. And so I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you learn something from us if you're planning on building a home, so that moving forward, when you go do a home, if you're building a home, you'll know a little something more. And if you're not building a home, it's honesty time. We're gonna share with you the good, the bad, and the ugly. This wall here is another learning lesson. So for you people that know a lot about landscaping blocks, we do not. So we put this up and we have to tear it down. Basically anything above 4 feet, so it's about 5.5 feet over here. Anything above 4 feet is required to be engineered and geogrid and compacted, like there's so much. So what we're ultimately going to do is be tearing this down and terracing it so that we don't have to pay for a permit and we don't have to have it engineered. So lots and lots of learning experiences. We'll know a lot by the time we're done with this whole house. Shower pan learning lesson. This is an already pre-prepared shower pan. It was installed incorrectly. Our fault, because we did not really realize what needed to happen. So this is gonna cost us a pretty penny. We're gonna have to tear this out just because we are afraid of it leaking. And another learning lesson in this bathroom is we were not very planned out on our pipe layout, and we said, oh yeah, we're just gonna put a regular double vanity there. Well, it limited what we could use. In hindsight, I would have planned these out a little bit better and done them differently. In turn, we needed to order a custom vanity to match everything together. Just another one, cost us a little bit more money in the vanity to be able to achieve the look that we're going for. Another learning lesson is this undercover part. You can put in footing drains and that helps divert the water. And we decided not to because we didn't need to. However, this little corner here pooled water and leaked, so we would have put some footing drains in there. So footing drains, like I said, help drain water, divert the water. The gentleman we talked to said, oh, you don't need to do footing drains, which typically we probably wouldn't have. Around the rest of the house, it was fine. But in that little corner by the door, the way the water channeled, we ended up with water downstairs. And so we've been paranoid ever since. Had we known, we would have put footing drains there. So, lesson there too. There has been so many lessons that I would say haven't cost us money, and then several that have. So there is a price for learning lessons. Sometimes it's not cheap. This room was an added expense. This is above the garage. This was another example of just not realizing our plans and that we could have used more direction in our planning. This is just an extra storage room as it sits. However, we're thinking game room or just something fun, a fun hangout or a place somebody can sleep. This ended up costing us more money, but it was worth it because it gave us more storage. What costs us more is, of course, sheetrock, insulation, but also we decided to put a heating unit up here so that if we had guests, they could come up here and be comfortable. Or if we wanted to banish a child up here, we could do that. It did cost us a little bit more, but I don't regret it. I think I would have regretted it if we didn't use it. So we have 2 storage spaces or extra spaces for what we want to do, just because we just missed a few things. So learning curve on drawings and plans and what we do differently next time, but I love that we were able to take advantage of something cool, have like a tree house above a garage. This room here was not on the plans, this little bay that goes into there. Due to an excavating error, this got dug out instead of the other side. We were only supposed to have 1 bay, and it was supposed to be Jay's workshop. This is an added bonus, and we are going to make the absolute best of it. It's gonna be a workout room and an office and maybe a guest room. And we have that beautiful wall there. And I've seen some really cool things done with those walls with plants. And so I am going to be putting some plants on that wall with some cool, maybe iron baskets. And then we've got some industrial lighting. So come with me and I will show you some more. This doorway walkway here was one of our afterthoughts, which pushed out Sarah's room a little bit. So I'll take you in there so you can see, or Maya's room. So it pushed it out. In order to make everything jive, we had to push this wall out, shrink the closet. This was an aftermath decision. This right here is where our propane tanks were supposed to go. Due to things that we just did not know about, there needs to be 10 feet between a heating and air conditioning unit and the nozzle on the propane tank closer. Our hookup is right there. So we're gonna have to get creative with this area and reposition these tanks because they need to be 10 feet from the air conditioning heating unit. We thought we had planned it to detail and we thought that we were right on, but building a house, there's just some things that you miss, and that was one of them. So, not really a mistake, just lack of drawings for our foundation, guys. These are all called Sono Tubes, and I have a video about this when we first started, but look at this ginormous one. Our Sono Tubes did not need to be that high. We even contemplated redoing them, but we didn't. So with the Sono Tubes, we thought maybe we could cut them down, but ended up not. So we are gonna beautify them. I don't know how, but just something that we have to make work and look pretty because they're there for life. They're not going anywhere, they're stuck there. But I will say this, our deck is pretty stout because of it.